It's there! Holy moly, this one's gonna go big!
Hello and welcome back to the channel. It is just a brief real fruit machine update for this video because I was out with a couple of mates last night. We went out for a few beers. It is TT over here, so the place is quite buzzing. I think we get like 40,000 bikers come over for TT, so the island gets very, very busy for a couple of weeks. And it was a busy night out last night, and we ended up, let's find the pub. A more planned person than me would have had this ready. Here we are, so in Ramsey here in Parliament Square, and we only actually ended up going to 2 pubs. To be honest with you, we're miserable old fuckers, to be honest with you, and we don't really like busy pubs. We like it when we can sit down and get the jukebox and play pool, and it was really, really busy out last night. Part of the problem was the practice session, the TT practice session had been cancelled because of bad weather, and what that meant is what normally happens, you see, is all the bikers congregate down here in the square. So you've got 2 pubs here. You've got the Swan, and just over from it the Central. And what generally happens is all the bikers will congregate round here, all the crowds, because the bikes come down there and through Parliament Square. And because and that's I'm being stupid there, that's Parliament Square, it's not Parliament Square where the Royal is, I do apologise. So everyone congregates down here in Parliament Square, but because the practices were cancelled, everyone kind of distributed themselves across the town, and this is of course Market Square, stupid Degsy. So what happened is all the pubs were busy, and it was a bit busy for us, so we only stayed out for like 4 beers, and then we came back here via the co-op, loaded up on pizza and beers, and just played old main games in the house instead, because that's how we rock and roll. But in here they've got a fruit machine called Swing My Axe. I can't actually find a decent picture of it. This is the best picture I can find from a Google. It's a really simple affair. If you know what these things are, there's millions of machines. They're by a company called Betcom, and they basically have one profile for their compensated fruit machines, and all you do is you just force them out for the top feature on the board. You get it going red, you get the top feature on the board, and because you've got it red, it will do one or two things. It's guaranteed to be £100. It's like a mega streak thing, and if it goes past £100, you're guaranteed to get £150. And that's why you get it red, because you're guaranteed that 100 or 150. They're really simple things to play. There's not much to them. And the problem is that everyone knows how to play them as well. Everyone knows that you just force these things, and that can make them pretty hard work. Certainly if they're getting pushed out regularly, and this is what happens in the UK, if people are onto them, they're getting forced out all the time, and they can be hard work. You can easily end up well over £100 into them, which means that if they only do the £100 and you're £110 in to finally get the red top, then you're actually losing a tenner. It's generally considered a good result if you can get them to go for maybe 50, 60, 70 in. So at least if you get the flat 100, you are at least going to get some profit, and if it goes to the 150, so much the better. I've had some good results on the unit that is in here. It's been on site now for over 2 years. It first turned up back in April 2017, and it's actually been on site since then, which is really weird for a fruit machine to be on site for that long. Is bonkers. It's very, very unusual. I don't know why they haven't switched it out. Maybe it makes decent money, I don't know, but it's been good to me over the years. I don't think it really gets forced much, or indeed at all, because quite often it's in a pretty good mood when I get to it. But last night was unusually good, and you will see that in the video that is just to come. This was taken in the pub last night.
Okay, no word of a lie, £8 in for a red top. It's going to go to at least 112. So I've only played off £8 of credits, so it is going to go to 112. So I'm going to be... God, it's going to be well up, isn't it? That is going to be well up. So we are going to get 112 out of this. And if he does the 150, that's like 142 quid up, isn't it? Oh, it's going to be all pound coins as well, isn't it? So we'll see if it goes on now. So there's So there's our... Right, if it goes on, that is... Yes, it has! It's under 150. That's 142 quid up. 142 quid. Swear to God, first board, 8 quid. It's gone for the 150. That is £142 up. You know what? We'll have that. Thank you very much. There we go, that'll go to 162 and all over. Fuck me. So we'll play that off and then we'll collect.
So there you go. That is literally as good. Well, I say literally as good as it gets. I suppose technically you could get it on the first pound, but that is the cheapest I have ever had a Betcom go for. It was absolutely gagging. It gave me the normal feature entry, and the Swing My axe was red. I carried on going up the little entry board. I don't know if you can see it here on here. You've got to get dice on the reels, and you go up this kind of snakes and ladders board at the bottom right hand corner there, and as you go up through the blue, orange and yellow zones, you get normal, super and mega star. I got up to the yellow zone at the top. You can just see there for a mega exchange. It was a red Swing My axe, and it just kept landing on super shot squares. It wasn't an invincible board. It didn't indicate it was an invincible board, but it did just keep landing on super shot squares, which knock out the values up here until you get up to the Swing My axe at the top. It was either giving me the red high-low lamps, which means that you can't lose the gamble, or it was just giving me 1s and 12s to gamble on, and it didn't even use all the shots, because that's what it likes to do when it's been a pain in the arse. It will shoot up on the arrows, the last, and then it'll use every single shot in the top zone it possibly can before going for the Swing My axe. It didn't even do that. It just, there were shots to spare in each zone. It just went straight to the top and went for a 150, and that was £142 profit, and it took about, I don't know, 6 minutes. It's probably 5 minutes or 6 minutes to win 142 quid on a Betcom, which is a ridiculously good result. So, because it was really getting quite busy out, and we were all a bit like, you know what, let's just go back to my house. So, my treat for the guys, I got beer and pizza for everyone, and we came back here, and like I said, just had a MAME evening. So there you go, just a brief video, a little bit of real fruit machine action. That will not be, I can't even be asked going out for it these days, because they're just basically, that is the only proper old-fashioned fruit machine left in Ramsey now. All the others are bloody stupid random £500-pounders, which I don't mind in and of themselves, but you can't really go out for a session on the random £500-pounders. You play them at like £2 a go to get the top percentage, which is even then shit. It's usually about 92%. And because they're random, the thing with these fruit machines, of course, is they are compensated. The thing with compensate machines is you can dick about with them, but playing random games at 92%, that's not going to end well for you. So even though I'm not averse to putting maybe 20 quid, 40 quid into the random games, I will not go out for a session on them like I would do on the fruit machines back in the day, when I would go out with the expectation to win. And since that's the only machine that we've got, that's the only traditional fruit machine that we've got in Ramsey now, I can't be asked going out just to play one machine. But if me and the guys are out anyway, I will have a go on it, and it's usually okay. It will generally cost less than 100 quid to get it, and I've had a lot of 150s out of it. But I think the best I've ever done in the past, I think the cheapest I've ever got it in the past is about 40 or 45 quid. So to get it for 8 quid is ridiculously good, but I will take it. That was well, say free night out. That was bit of a bonus bonanza. Came home, of course, with substantially more money than I went out with, even after I'd bought beer and pizza for everyone. So there you go. That's just a little brief update, little bit of real fruit machine news. So thank you for watching this short video. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll catch up with you next time. But for now, it is goodbye.